Hi everybody, welcome to Football-Oranje. Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2. We were treated to an absolute epic tonight, weren't we, from Euro 2020. I was thinking it's the best game we've been watching so far in the tournament, and it was about an hour in, and then all of a sudden fireworks happened, and it got even better. I tell you what, it was nerve-wracking for that when Ukraine were getting back into the game, and then that winner for Netherlands. I think both of us are still shaking, Adam. Now, of course, you are a Ukrainian football expert. You're on our I was talking to you on your preview of the group for the Euros, and now it's great to have you on here. And what a game, Adam! And we've been treated to something special tonight. And I'm sorry you lost in this amazing game, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm very happy that the Netherlands won.
Thanks for bringing me on tonight after that. First of all, it was an incredible game. It really was, and all credit to the boys for the way they fought back. You know, going 2-0 down, I was watching it, and they really looked like a beaten team. And it was, for probably a good 10 minutes there, you wondered what was going to happen. Marlos got brought off. Thank God. Thank God. He was awful. Hopefully he won't play again this tournament. But then that moment of magic from Yarmolenko, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is getting back on, and let's see what's going to happen. It really, really was. And yeah, the free kick, Yarmolenko, this is what he does. This is what he does. He's always got a goal in him. He's top scorer in the Belgian league for no surprise, really there at all.
Yeah.
He's a talented player. Funnily enough, we were talking at half time, me and Andrew, and it was Yarmolenko's 25th cap tonight. It was Yarmolenko's 95th cap. It was like all the record breakers, pulled off the goals. It was our first goal in tournament since the 11th of June 2012, and it's been a real monkey that they've had to carry with them. All through 2016, no goals. So it's really important that we scored today,
well, it's
more than anything.
Great development, of course, for Ukraine coming this far since the last Euros. And the Netherlands, of course, have been missing for so long, and they were treated to an absolute cracking match tonight. So to just say, if you're watching live, thank you very much for joining us. Do give us a like if you enjoy these podcasts, and subscribe if you're new to these kinds of things too from Football-Oranje. If you're watching live, do comment along and send us any comments. It'd be great to bring some up on screen in just a moment. I had loads in already. And if you're not watching this live and you join this a day after and you're still buzzing that the Netherlands have done well tonight, do again comment along and say what you thought. Now, I think both of us find it hard to think straight after such a good game, but I'll bring up some of the comments. Dash Schnitzel's here. Hi, Red Rum, Dumfries man the match. Definitely. You were saying, Adam, just before we came on that where have we been hiding him?
It really was. No idea who he was, and all of a sudden he's bombing down that right wing. What a talent! He really, really is. Felt sorry. Mikolenko got left isolated a fair bit, but he did make some, schoolboy errors. Both the goals came down that side, and then up he pops at the end. Dumfries with the header
again.
Yeah, absolutely dominates Zinchenko in the air there. He was a very weak ball, Zinchenko, but yeah, absolute cracker.
He flies forward for PSV all the time, and De Boer's done well tonight in getting the best out of him. I just put something on Twitter about that because I felt like De Boer's come to so much criticism. I will give him credit where credit's due tonight, and you may get the best out of Dumfries in what he offers around the box. Meanwhile, this guy saying, mate, that was some heart attack. Oh, he's in around my living room, man. It was so good.
It really was. Oh.
Shahid bringing us back down to earth a little bit. Blint's lack of pace being exposed tonight, especially in the counters. Yeah, when he's isolated one-on-one, he's not the best, Blint. But he needs players around him. That back five does suit Blint because players can help him out when that does happen. Skim Saeed, our midfielders aren't helping much on defence, and the fullbacks are slow to come back. Come on, guys, where's the positivity? We enjoyed this performance tonight. It was such a good win against Ukraine. And let's hear some positives. But yeah, I do agree that maybe the midfield should be pressing a bit more, I think, tonight. And the fullbacks are so high up the pitch that we can't always be expecting them to come back to help defend. And then we've got another one here, lay off Blind. The Dutch were in absolute control up until the first 2 subs. Again, let's see some positivity. But Hamza here saying that good win, but this is a clear warning sign. It's like we stopped playing after 2-0 and suddenly it became 2-2. A top team would have punished us. And I've got to say, Ukraine have got some good quality about them. Just quickly, Adam, just tell us what you were thinking when they came into the game. The 2 goals seemed to come out of nothing. Do you think that this was good quality from Ukraine, or was it that maybe the Dutch did step off a little bit?
I mean, I don't think the Dutch stepped off at all. You had us completely under the cosh. It really was a moment of magic by Yarmolenko. It's one of those moments that light up any tournament. My phone was buzzing. It was, everyone was getting goal of the tournament. Definitely so far, it was one of those hits that you don't, we'll be absolutely, amazed if we see it again this tournament. That sort of goal. It was a special moment that did then give Ukraine some impetus. The other thing, I know Dutch fans listening. Big change made by Shevchenko when he brought Shaparenko on. They changed the shape of the team. They just played 2 up top then. And it really changed the way that Ukraine went about it. And I think that as well caused just a slight change in momentum in the game there for that little bit. And then once the confidence was up, we opened up at the back as well and made the mistake towards the end with the Bouchan clearance when he should have just put it out instead of, I don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe play a 1-2 with the corner flag or whatever he was trying to do there. Well,
yeah, well, the Dutch were so good on the ball tonight. They had lots of possession, as you would expect from a Dutch team, but they were doing so much with it. There was a lot more attacking impetus. They knew what they were doing with the ball, which is really promising to see for the tournament going ahead. And beating, and I've got to give some respect to Ukraine, that beating this Ukraine side tonight is a good message to send out, because Austria and North Macedonia aren't going to be as high quality. I think that the match today between them show that they're not up to the same standards, and that Ukraine and Netherlands can probably both go and get back-to-back wins from those 2 games if they can play to their potential. If I just bring up some more comments, I've seen some more negativity, and I really want to see people come to some more positivity. This here saying Jerome is useless. Seriously, it's like we're man down going forward. But yes, Jerome didn't have the best game tonight. But let's hear about some of the positives again. Memphis needs to be better. Dutch deserve win. Ukraine goals came out of nothing. De Boers would have been bailed out by Bush. And I don't care. We're going to become world champion. Just watch the second goal, which was conceded. Jerome was marking no one in particular. Decides to run back early, putting the Ukraine forward onside. Only poor performance in the Holland. I gotta say, I thought this was a really good performance tonight. I need my kids come balance it out. And I thought they played well against Georgia. He came and said I didn't think so. But let's have a look to see if there's any more positive ones. Again, we've got defense looking shaky. Yeah, they did give some chances away. But what's this? But no, another one.
No one's happy tonight.
No one's happy.
I don't know why.
Being very happy. Come on, everybody.
We'll
keep coming
down. I feel
down.
the negativity. I'm feeling pretty down here. But
Luke saying a massive game from De Jong. It was a really good game, Luke. Thank you very much for your comment. Here we go. I guess another one. Yes, for De Jong and Wijnaldum. Dumfries also played well. Always available. I'm going to ignore the comment about Dumfries, which is negative there. De Jong had a great game. Man of the match team, Wijnaldum and Dumfries. Still not really sure by the defence. Hopefully De Ligt will help. That's a much more balanced comment there, Matai, I do agree. Dumfries is a key player for make it to the Euros. Here we go, Roger. Aranya are back. They are indeed.
Finally.
And I agree with this comment. Some prizes from De Boer tonight. Again, another surprise from De Boer. He keeps throwing them in. Van Aanholt was playing at left back rather than Wijndal. Absolute surprise, but a good one because Wijndal hasn't been playing well in the 2 friendlies leading up to the tournament. And Van Aanholt was playing so high up the left wing. And just him being there was enough, I think, to cause a problem for Ukraine tonight. Dumfries on the other side was much more dangerous. Roger here saying the Ukraine goals were self-brilliance and he's not phased. Positives. fluent play and tactical surprises in the 5-3-2. Comment here saying redemption for De Boer, and agree that in future De Ligt will help anchor that defence. The comments coming fast and I can show them up, but I will just give a couple more on. Someone saying that De Boer maybe isn't still out of the woods yet. That this Ukraine team drew with France in March. De Ligt will be back, so should get better. Thoughts on the changes of taking Blint and Van Aanholt? Yeah, it was a good decision to start Blint and Van Aanholt, and probably the right decision to switch them around actually after the hour. Although it did concede 2 goals, I don't think you can blame players that came on though for the goals that were conceded. And another one from Darren, Weghorst was brilliant. Delighted for him. And Frenkie de Jong opened up the spaces when he ran with the ball. I'll stop it there for now. But yeah, that's better, guys. Some more positivity. And you know what? Maybe it was all because of these Football-Oranje Euro 2020 wristbands, which you can still buy yourself one, of course. You can get a link to that in the description on YouTube. Join yourselves into the Football-Oranje army. Comment along with us and get yourselves a wristband. Now, Adam, I've been leaving you there waiting for a little while. What were your thoughts on the game in general tonight? Was it an absolute humdinger, or were there mistakes creeping up all over the place?
I mean, the first half was brilliant. It really was. Good end-to-end stuff. The way Ukraine were before the injury, we're very impressed. It was sort of a continuation of what we'd seen in the warm-up matches. It was really impressive. Then Zubkov went off, knocked a bit of wind out of us, and we were really reliant on Bouchan in the first half, kept us in it. It was a classic Bouchan. Excellent shot stopper, but then sort of positionally, he's always got a mistake from across as well that can come in, and that's what we saw with the first goal in particular, when he tried to sort of push it out or whatever he was trying to do, but ended up with the empty net, which was very well taken. Little bit concerned defensively. Playing the 4 at the back against such a strong attack does leave us exposed. One of your commentators mentioned the France result. In that game, we actually played 5 at the back, and it helped to shut the game down. It was a very different game. We didn't look to counter-attack. It was very sort of solid. Not a very exciting game to watch, if I was perfectly honest with you. Very different sort of game to this one. It was great. Yarmolenko is filling me with so much optimism at the moment. He's definitely not the player that West Ham have seen this season. He's he takes it to a whole new level for Zabina, and it's great to see. We're going into North Macedonia on Thursday, full of optimism. I've seen that in a lot of the messages that have been cropping up on my Twitter feed. Everyone's very, very confident. Like you said there, very confident now going into the next 2 matches after a performance like that. As long as they can shake it, the disappointment of giving away the late winner, got to be confident that we can take the victories against North Macedonia and Austria. I don't know about you. I watched the game earlier today as well, and it was a good match. But yeah, I think we the skill level, the technical ability on show.
Should be beating them.
Tonight, that technical ability on show tonight was at another level.
Yeah.
Some of the movement by both teams was exceptional, I thought, at times.
Who stood out for you in a Dutch shirt then?
I would say Dumfries mainly.
He was all over the place, wasn't he, on that right wing?
I think that was the guy I noticed the most, because I was kind of on my sort of anti-Marlos rant, because he was supposed to be tracking him back, and just
it didn't help, did it? He didn't track him back. No, he had all sorts of space.
Had acres to sort of to exploit there. The pie. I know some of the people said he didn't play that well, but he certainly gave us a lot of trouble up front. His pace in particular, it was absolutely electric. But the technical ability in the midfield, the way they, you move the ball around was outstanding throughout the game, and created endless chances there. So again, for you guys, it's two more games ahead now. Got to be confident going into that, and then that's. I don't know where you go if you win the group. I think it's off to Budapest. Is it?
I think it's third place from the group of death. So
that'll be a tester. That'll be a tester.
It will be a tester. Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. Ukraine might want to go win the group instead, and then they'll go and get their fate.
Yeah. Well, we'd appreciate a victory over Austria, I think, on Thursday. If you would oblige, if you would oblige, a couple of goals would be quite nice as well. Sort that goal difference out for us pretty quickly.
Well, let's bring in some more of the comments. Yeah, one from Hamza about the 5-3-2. Looking really good going forward, but sometimes I felt like we were getting bypassed in midfield and in transitions, especially in the first half. But we created so many chances. Yeah, the Netherlands were able to create many chances once they could draw Ukraine out, and then they could put players like De Jong playing in between the lines, which is what he does best, and then finding passes in between the lines. So that space was so vital for De Jong tonight. And like we said, Dumfries popping up on the right-hand side was a really good call. And I could see it actually in some of the videos that Anzalani were putting out on Twitter that Dumfries was working really hard on his runs in the back post. So that header tonight wasn't a fluke. They've been practicing that. Absolutely, they have. There were some really good times as well for Wijnaldum in midfield. He wasn't perfect, but he was certainly very technical on the ball. It worked for him tonight. I quite like seeing Stefan de Vrij in that sort of sweeper role, in really deep in defence. Although, I think a couple of things could improve about the defence. If you've got 5 in defence, you're thinking that the chances you want to try and keep them to a minimum. Maybe Zerone again in midfield didn't give his best performance, but apart from that, there's so many good things tonight, and that switch to Van Aanholt as well gave the Netherlands another outlet, and which Wijndal couldn't offer before. I'm trying to think of other things that I noticed tonight, but Weghorst, once he scored his goal, was just so confident and playing so well. Although he didn't keep track of Yaremchuk for the second goal, should have been marking him. I also think for Ukraine's first goal, whilst it was a brilliant strike, tonight in general, I don't think the Dutch midfield pressed the Ukraine midfielders enough, and I think they sort of sat back in a low block and waited for Ukraine to take that shot from distance, which a few times went into the stands. But then one of them went into the back of the net, so you take that risk, don't you? They were just sort of staying back so they could help Blint not being isolated one-on-one. Sorry, I just wanted to come in on that, but I can keep going.
Sorry.
It happens. Got no editing, we're doing this live.
Not a problem. I was impressed with the way the attacking players of Holland pressed quite often during the game. We commented it was quite difficult. Ukraine liked to pass the ball out, and it was very hard at times for us to get the ball through that forward line with the pressing going on there. But yeah, you did give us a lot of space, especially in the first half down your left. We did get a lot of good opportunities there. But I say Yarmolenko he's still got it. A few seasons back, he was one of the best in the international game with playing that sort of inverted winger role out on the right. But your man Van Aanholt, he stopped Karavayev getting into the game a lot more. We've seen him in over the last few matches really supporting out on the right, and today he was kept back and kept honest in the right back role, which he isn't. That isn't where he's at. He's most effective for Ukraine. It's where he's bombing on and bringing a lot more of his offensive skills into it. It was sort of shame as well for Mykolenko on the left-hand side. He wasn't able to get forward. Now, that might have been purely because of the shape that the Dutch presented with the wing-backs, keeping our full-backs back. And that it really did create the problems and the overloads out wide. The two of the goals came from crosses where the guys got into clear space, and the other one, it was the sort of the driving run from Dumfries in behind Mykolenko as well. And that was where, for me in particular, the game was won and lost. So the Austrians, North Macedonians will be watching and taking a lot of notes.
Taking a lot of notes,
yeah, for next time. From our side, it's now hopefully they can go into the game with the same positive outlook.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it in the past where Shevchenko can sort of chop and change his tactical approach depending on, be very reactive to what's gone on, and hopefully he'll take the positives out of it. And there was some real great ones there.
Yeah, there's some great.
So no, as I say, go on.
This just says some great attacking quality on the show from Ukraine tonight, and it wasn't always available for them to do. They got in behind a few times, it didn't have that killer touch, and then those 2 goals almost seemed to come out of nowhere when the Netherlands looked like they were going to get 3, they were going to get 4. That's why it was such a surprise. But you can't be surprised when Ukraine have got this quality. And I think that the draw tonight wouldn't have been a bad result for the Netherlands. I think there would have been a lot more negativity coming onto this sort of mini podcast we're doing. Yeah. But actually, it was a good performance from the Dutch tonight, and you've got to look at it positively. When you look at some of the other sides in the tournament, this was one of the most exciting games. So the Dutch are going to entertain in this tournament, and it makes me wonder how they're going to get on against the bigger sides. I wonder how they're getting on against like an Italy or France. But they're a team that are going to put their foot on the pedal. They're going to give their all. That's for sure. And go ahead, Adam.
That's what we want to see as well. It's this is a showcase tournament. It's an international tournament. We've been waiting 5 years for it now, not 4. And we want to see football played the way it was played tonight. We don't want to see
as well.
This is we don't want these games that are all defensive and negative and it's a turn off. This one was enjoyable from the first whistle to the last one, and I think for neutrals in particular, they've
absolute treat.
They've had great entertainment. Whereas for us, we've had blood pressure's gone through the roof. But
we're just calm down now.
that's what we do. Every time I start thinking about it again, I feel it going boom, boom, boom.
We're going to watch it again. Let's go again, round 2.
No.
Let's go back to the comments. And I've just picked this one from Atan. It is the power of the Football-Oranje wristbands. Yeah, you see, the more we get, the better we'll do. Rami says that he can't see great chemistry yet between Weghorst and Memphis. That should come soon. I think it has improved massively in the time they've had together, but it could still get better. Haven't had a lot of time working together. Let's have another look. We have got, real confidence boost tonight that the Netherlands, if it's not Holland, if we don't concede after being 2 up and cruising. Comment here saying, what changes will the Netherlands make for the next game, if any? Well, I think that there's very little to change. I think you still need to maximise what Van Aanholt and Dumfries can do. I think their attacking threat is very good compared to what a 4-3-3 could offer if you have Berghuis on the wing, for example. I think that this system works for those 2 wing backs going forwards. I think there's something to be said about De Roon. I think if De Ligt still isn't fit, then you go with Blint and Timber next to De Vries still. But if De Ligt is back, I think you put him in place of Blint, because Timber's showing tonight that he is ready at this level, and Blint maybe is just, whilst he's great in the ball, Timber can offer that as well, and Blint has these defensive situations where you're not quite as confident. De Ligt will deal with it a little bit better, or maybe even Ake can come in. I thought that Ake was quite good when he came on. I don't think he was at fault for either of the goals, so I can't blame too much there. Wijnaldum played with super glue on his shoes, never lost the ball. He played great.
He really did. He really did.
Michael says that Genie was on fire. And again, Wijnaldum was the real deal. He smashed it. And a few more here comments. Almost a great performance. Just needs to be a bit more clinical in front of goal. Even though they scored 3, could have scored more tonight, the Dutch.
Got to give some credit to the goalie there. He did pull off some worldies, especially in the first half.
Yeah, that one where he was going one way, they had to switch and go the other way to save it.
Yeah, this is what he does. Just can't deal with a cross. That's all.
That's a shame. Just putting some more comments on the screen whilst we're still talking. This is great to hear from everybody that there's more positivity now than I've asked for, I think. Right. But lots of good comments coming out. It's just fair to share everybody's comments on screen, because of course we've been waiting for so long. It's good to get everyone's opinions on. I'm sorry I can't get everybody's on, But the one in here for Matt time. What extent do you guys think home advantage played a role in this game? I think it was massive. I think it was absolutely big. And it's a shame Ukraine couldn't have a massive contingent in one part of the stadium. Of course, for Netherlands, we don't want that. But for Ukraine's sake, you want that there, don't you, to add to the atmosphere?
Oh,
and
definitely.
Your fans were scattered around, weren't they? But couldn't quite have the same impact that the Dutch fans were having in the crowd.
Well, from my understanding as well, supporters actually travelling from Ukraine themselves still isn't possible. So I don't think there were that many that have come across from Ukraine for the tournament. But it was more Ukrainians would be those that are based inside the EU that were able to travel there. So yeah, very, very minimal support. It was about 10-1. I think that's what I was hearing from people over there. Sort of 10-1 was the ratio. But that's a tournament, you know. You going into a home stadium. It happens all over. Croatia did it today with England, and everyone's going to have to do it at some stage during the tournament. Go to someone else's country, play an away game. This is what's going to be unique about this tournament. There's no de facto home team, but everyone, well, some nations are going to get the benefit from it. Others won't, but you might as well take advantage. It's what happens every time, you know. 4 years ago, we were all in France. The French had it. Didn't win the tournament, though. Yeah, didn't win the tournament, did they?
No.
So.
I'll bring up some last comments that are coming through. Frank, it's not a great name to have, is it, Frank, at the moment? But Frank de Boer's done the Netherlands proud tonight. That De Roon's got to go and Koopmeiners should start. That this is one of the most entertaining games so far. I can see in the comments, one from Max. What adjustments need to be made? Touched upon it briefly already. I don't think a lot does need to change, but perhaps if De Ligt is fit, he comes back in, or Ake comes in. And attacking-wise, maybe De Roon midfield. Maybe Marlon comes to Weghorst at some point, but not yet. Why did we sub both Blinton and Van Aanholt at the same time, says John. Quickly increase pressure on our left side. Why not sub one, let him fit in at the second? I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad thing. I think that whilst Jomelek cutting from the Netherlands' left-hand side, it was the pressure midfielders that wasn't perhaps enough. Maybe De Jong could have come across a bit quicker. Last ones. And yes, John, the Football-Oranje wristbands did make the difference. Who would you replace De Roon? Someone like Havenberg in the next game or Klaassen? Yeah, I think Havenberg is a more obvious choice, and you put De Jong a bit deeper. But De Jong played really well in between the lines tonight, and you can see why De Boer's put him a bit further forwards. And that's kind of put on the screen for now. Do you think we might be found out against bigger teams at the back? Oh, tricky. The Ukraine goals seem to come out of nothing. Weghorst shouldn't be marking their main striker next time. That goal might have happened then. And then it's 2-1. It's a little bit more comfortable. So let's say that maybe they won't get found out for now. But I know that there's a few people thinking that the Dutch will see quite a few goals in this tournament. That's more because of a style of play that they do. And then they get caught out in the break a little bit. But they're there to score goals, and they score more than Ukraine tonight. So it worked. Adam, thanks for joining me on this, by the way. This is great fun. It was an exciting match.
No worries. It was. Thanks for having us on. Yeah, I've enjoyed it as much as I can.
I'm sure that you lost, Adam. I'm sure you do well in the next two group games. And the final comment I'll put on here, that loving the mini podcast too. Thanks for answering the questions. We'll keep doing these. We'll keep doing post-match reactions to each of the group games. If the Netherlands can get through to the last 16, we'll do a match preview, a match reaction, and all sorts on the YouTube channel. And if you are new to seeing what we do here, do subscribe. Do like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll do some more things like this. And if you're new to Football-Oranje, did you know we've got a website? Go and see that. We've got a Twitter page. Go and see that too. We've got merchandise too. We talked about the wristbands tonight. You can go follow me on Twitter. You can go follow Adam on Twitter if Ukrainian football is also your thing. Adam, tell us about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, we're from, I'm from Ukrafoot24 over on Twitter and on Instagram as well. We've just started our new platform with the podcast. It's Ukraine plus football. We're out on Audio Boom, Spotify, Apple, all the regular platforms. We have a weekly podcast that goes out. But then during the tournament, tomorrow we're actually going to be putting out our reaction to our reaction to it. As you know, my sort of one of my co-hosts, Andrew, is in Amsterdam now at the stadium, and well, yeah, so we'll be getting together tomorrow to dissect everything that went on and what needs to go on. That's going to be our plan. Hopefully, some of you will come and join us. It's a new venture. We've been doing it for a year on a different platform. We're going out on our own now into the big brave new world, and we do all sorts with Ukrainian football. Go right the way down, dive down into the amateur leagues, which is one of the things I'm sort of passionate about, and we try to find all the stories that don't pop up. We don't just talk about Dynamo and Shakhtar. We cover absolutely everything about Ukrainian football over there. So yeah, hopefully some of you will come and join us one day. But yeah, thanks for having us on. I've enjoyed it.
Well, thank you, Adam. Yeah. Best of luck, Adam, was one of the comments there. John, also appreciate what we did tonight. Thank you, John, and thank you, Michael, too. Yep, of course, if you haven't liked this already, do give it a like now. Smash the like button. And subscribe if you're new. Go and check out our other stuff as well on Football-Oranje. We've done some big stuff ahead of the Euros. We've got an interview with Erwin van der Looy, the under-21s manager. We have also been doing a preview podcast of the groups. If you want to hear more about Austria, North Macedonia, you can go back and check that out. And Adam's co-host, Andrew's on there too, previewing the Ukrainian side. And we've got a big tournament preview in general. There's loads of content you can go and find out with us. And if you go to our website as well, we'll probably be having player ratings up soon from Mike, who will be doing that. And yeah, on the YouTube channel, the next thing you can see from us is a post-match reaction to I'm going to forget which game is next. It's the Austria game next on the spot there. And there'll be one after the North Macedonia match too. But everyone, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Bye-bye.